Hello, my name is Johannes, and I'm here to discuss about the legal and ethical obligations that a citizen speaker holds. And also, I would love to discuss about demagogues and demagoguery in general. First and foremost, let's discuss about legal and ethical obligations that a citizen speaker holds. A citizen speaker is responsible to not be immoral when they're giving their speech. They're responsible not to practice demagoguery. Demagoguery is the act of using fear, dark emotions such as fear, anger upon the audience and use it to manipulate their emotions is a dark use of pathos. To use it in a way that supports their stance, which is misaccurate. So to prevent this, a citizen speaker should practice to accurately present their argument, respect the opinions of the audience, no matter how they respond. If they disagree, it's a disagreement. Don't try to do whatever it takes to sway their opinion. That leads to the path of democracy. There are legal and ethical obligations that prevent democracy to an extent. Legal can go so far, but there are things such as rules about the First Amendment that limit in some capacity of free speech to prevent this democracy, such as inciting mobs, using the fear mongering to just have people to incite violence, such as no slandering. You can't just say stuff that is not true. Not true, publicize it and make it seem as true even though it's not true. You can't slander another person's name just to prove a point. That is two of legal obligations. But legal obligations go so far. That's why it's different from ethical obligations. Ethical obligations are more core values because legal obligations cannot, and I mean cannot stop from a negative opinion from being expressed. It does not stop that. In ethical obligations, it's up to the speaker to keep going with their core values, not just to do whatever and commit democracy. That is the way. That is the way. They try to refrain from democracy. It's ethical. It's up to the person. They gotta think to themselves: Is it right? Is it moral? Is this the moral way to present my argument? They have to go through with these obligations. That is what ethical obligations, and it goes more further than legal obligations. It depends on the citizen speaker. It depends on the citizen speakers to have good morals when they're discussing. And a demagogue is a person that practices demagogy, usually a figure, a political leader, and I will give an example such as Donald Trump. As I explained, a demagogue is a person that practices demagogy. Donald Trump practices that. And also, demagogy is the act of using dark emotions from the crowd to manipulate them using pathos in a way to sway their opinions to their stance. Donald Trump is a great example of this, the way he'd be discussing about illegal immigrants during his rallies, during debates. It's a very grotesque way how he'd be describing people that just jumped the border and now they committed so many other crimes, such as rape, commit saying they're all rapists, even though that is not true. He's using that to make people in the American public to be fearful of illegal immigration. There are better ways to discuss about legal immigration, but that's not a way. That's a foreign demography, making Donald Trump a demagogue because he's using these dark emotions to sway the crowd, the audience, to his stance. He is a demagogue.